James Doyle is back once again to solidify himself as the dumbest person in the history of Ireland, and all his followers that support this message as well, after he put out a second video doubling down on how he agrees with the hate speech bills and the law that's going to be passed in Ireland, okay? So for those who don't know, he put up a video like a week ago, kind of doing a collaboration with the Lad Bible Ireland, which is also another mainstream propaganda network, talking about how we should have all these hate speech bills and curtail free speech. And insane, guys, that he was put up another video doubling down. We're gonna react to it today, guys, but he is literally the stupidest and dumbest person in the world, so I'm gonna have to explain to him exactly why these are bad, okay? And the reason is, as all of society has stated, everybody on the internet has stated, you cannot define what hate speech is. And if you can't define what it is, then you can't put it into laws. Plain and simple, okay? For this guy, he still doesn't get it. He's ridiculous. The audacity to come on and make another video is just beyond belief, okay? You can't define what it is. What I think is hate speech, you might not think is hate speech. If I call you an asshole, which you are, that may be construed as hate speech, and you can lock somebody up for 3 to 5 years, maybe longer, okay? Like Enoch Burke is in prison. He's a political prisoner. He's incarcerated for the last 500 days because he refused to call kids by their pronouns. Okay, that's also a hate speech technicality. If you misgender somebody, call somebody male or female, you can also end up in prison under these hate speech laws. There is no ontological or clearly defined category or words that are laid out, because I know that's a big word for you idiots out there, low IQ people, to say what is hate speech, okay? Nobody can define what it is, so we cannot make it a law, guys, and the government will use that to curtail your free speech, okay? If you don't like it, you can move to Russia, you can move to North Korea, where if you speak out against anything, you dissent the government or speak out against anything in the government or the newspapers or anything like that, then they will come to your house in the middle of the night, bundle you into a van, and you'll never be seen again, okay? Would you like to live in a society like that? I think not. The reason why we have the freedom of speech is literally why we have Western democracy, which we'll talk about afterwards, guys.
I think that racists, homophobes, misogynists, bigots of all kinds should face consequence for their actions, which I didn't think was a very controversial opinion, but that's obviously not the case, because a lot of people are giving out stink. Over the last week, I have had death threats, I have been harassed, I've had people try and put me out of work, and to be honest, I've had people just kind of try to ruin my life, all because I think there's a serious issue in Ireland with bigotry.
So nobody has tried to ruin his life, guys. He was calling for literally, you know, the reason why Western democracy exists to not exist anymore, which is a really big deal. See those flags behind me? They're not there for any old reason. They're there for a reason. You understand, guys? People fought and died for those. Okay, for those flags, for our freedom, the Republic of Ireland, you understand? And this guy just still doesn't get it.
Asked by Lad Bible, would I go to an anti-hate speech protest? Contrary to popular belief, I did not get paid to be there. I done it under a moral obligation to myself.
Sure.
And it's not because I'm an influencer and I get lots of hate online. I've been at this crack for 3 years. I've dealt with all this stuff and I don't give a fuck. And I think that anyone in Ireland deserves and has the right not to be treated like a fucking monster just because they look different than 90% of the population. There's actual crack that goes on. Like, I know you might be very isolated. Like, I live in fucking Leitrim, it's the middle of nowhere. But people who are ethnic minorities, people with disabilities, even women, get abused daily on the street in Ireland with hate speech and online. Protesting against hate speech is not protesting against freedom of speech. Everyone deserves an opinion, but if your opinion is to hate someone just based on stereotypes, motivated by their appearance, that is terrible. You're a terrible person. If you think that having hate speech laws is in violation of your freedom of speech, and that the things that you want to say online and or in person would violate hate speech laws, then your opinions are bigoted and horrible. I've never had an opinion that I wanted to put online publicly that I think would get me in trouble if there was hate speech laws in place. This is not a political issue. It's not left versus right. It's about being a decent human being versus being a complete disgrace of a person. And the fact that people are so openly racist and hateful because I think people should be nicer to people they don't know is absolutely fucking crazy. We are a country of immigrants. Ireland's main thing is getting the fuck out of Ireland. And yes, when it came to giving my stance on immigration, I did not want to give an opinion. It's not that I don't have opinions on these type of things, but I obviously have a large influence online. And I don't want to say something which is fucking factually incorrect. Because social media is a damaging tool if you use it wrong. And it's an abuse of power that I don't want to abuse. But I know one thing for certain.
What?
Fuck you if you're a hateful, bigoted bastard. And that's why I'm against hate speech. So stop
Well, F you too.
using freedom of speech as an excuse to be a racist. And that's it. Good luck and God bless. You.
Oh my god, that was literally the worst video I've ever watched on the internet. Once again, he's actually surpassed his last video. And it's so stupid. We have to break it down line by line. First of all, he's saying that he has a massive following. Guys, he has 500 comments on that video, okay? I have 400, okay? He has millions of subscribers. I only have 115,000 subscribers. So his channel isn't as big as he thinks it is, okay? He really doesn't get the pull that he thinks he does, like all these other influencers think that they do. Secondly, Irish people are an ethnic minority, okay? There's only like 3 or 4 million actual ethnically 100% Irish people in the world. I'm not ethnically 100% Irish. I'm half Eastern European, half Irish, guys. I was born abroad. I'm an immigrant in Ireland. Okay, I moved here at 6 years old. So for this guy to be calling everyone, and this is what the liberal, woke, DEI, Marxist agenda does, and they've been told him to say this. They told to say you're a racist, bigot, xenophobic, whatever, if you don't agree with his message. I mean, this guy is so disingenuous. It's unbelievable, guys. He's low IQ, completely no background to what the hell he's doing. He said he didn't get paid to go to this, NGO funded. Of course it's NGO funded because all the placards, all the, plaques and the hold up signs, they're all the same, guys. They were all written by the same person. The Lad Bible Ireland was funding that. They told him to go outside somewhere in Dublin and protest against hate speech, and they use it under the guise that you're racist if you don't agree with us, which nobody is racist. This guy is completely clueless, guys. It's unbelievable. Thirdly, people, like I said in the beginning, fought and died for our freedom of speech. This guy loves America. I see him with the American flag on his t-shirt. He's wearing the cowboy stuff. I mean, he's really a cowgirl, honestly. He sounds like a little baby here. Sounds like a little biatch. America has the First and Second Amendment. We don't even really have that in Ireland. We kind of have the First Amendment, the quote-unquote First Amendment that they have in the US. Their Second Amendment protects their First Amendment, as Joe Rogan beautifully has said before. And that's the beauty of that country. So this guy is talking about stuff he has no idea about. He's talking absolute bollocks, guys. And he's just digging the hole even further, guys. I mean, he's making it worse. Every single comment in this comment section is agreeing, saying there's no such thing as hate speech. It's just free speech. Quit trying to curtail our speech. This is a stepping stone used by a crazy government to try and take back our rights. I tell you what, I would rather deal with all the hate comments all day long. Anything hateful all day long than even take one iota of freedom away from the Western democracy that we have, guys. The Western world. Freedom comes first, always. And like I said, you see those flags behind me? My great-great-grandfather fought in World War I, okay? And my great-great-granduncle fought in World War II in the Battle of the Somme. Okay, he fought in the Battle of the Bulge. He actually got 3 silver stars. He lost his flipping leg, okay? Fighting for our freedom, guys. He got drafted from Eastern Europe. He went over to America and got drafted to fight back against the 1930s, 1945 regime. You understand? That was curtailing free speech, okay? Do a little research in history. This guy, in about 5 years' time, is going to take down all these videos and he's going to completely change because he's going to be so embarrassed on what he's actually saying. He has no in-depth knowledge of history whatsoever. It's quite frankly embarrassing, and I was trying to educate them on the last video, but I didn't educate people enough. Of course, I need to do even more because it seems like people like this guy and people in the comments that are agreeing with him saying, some of my friends got hateful comments. It doesn't matter. It does not matter, guys. I get hateful comments. You're on the internet. You get trolled. People get hateful comments all day long. That's fine. You literally have the freedom to do that, guys. And I love it. I'd rather get hateful comments all day long than live in North Korea, Russia, any of these communist dictatorships. But these people want to turn Ireland into that, and it's sad to see, guys. It's super sad to see, and they don't even know it. They're just so manipulated, and the brainwashing is complete. He also said that he wasn't paid to go to the Lad Bible Ireland, which are big, like I said, NGO funded flipping weirdo, woke weirdos. But I've already exposed this before. If you guys look on the screen, he is signed to an agency, a talent and entertainment agency called Matchstick.ie. So if he wasn't funded directly and given money to actually go physically to this specific NGO funded meeting, he is indirectly paid, because if he doesn't show up to this and his agency tells him to go here and he doesn't do that, he will lose brand deals, funding, and marketing. Look at them on his page. He's the third guy on the page. If he doesn't go, they're all industry funded. Everyone that agrees with this guy is just completely delusional, guys, and they're funded and they're part of the, this quote unquote government mouthpiece. Same as News Talk, RTE, Joe.ie, and Virgin Media, and a load of others. Irish Independent, the Irish Times, all those are just funded by the government, guys. And it's really sad to see Ireland has just like almost fallen, to be honest. This guy is even worse than what I thought. He's using his background, saying that he lives in the middle of nowhere from Leitrim, saying that whoever lives outside the city is stupid. I live in Galway. It's the most liberal place in the goddamn planet, guys, apart from California or something. I live in the middle of nowhere, okay, and I'm more educated than this guy. And he's using Leitrim or something as a sort of ruse to say that if you live outside these big cities, then you're isolated and stupid, like completely ridiculous. I know boggers out west, okay, that I've asked and spoken to recently and showed them this video, okay, and said, is this guy's accent real? Like proper boggers, people that live on the bog down there, well in Galway, and they said this guy's a clown, guys. He's using this sort of fake Irish persona accent, he's throwing it on heavy, he's got the red hair. He's trying to do that, guys, to garner attention and trying to garner attention to the world. And the media, the matchstick media, are using him as a pawn. It's so clear to see. I don't know how people don't see it. It's unbelievable, but I'm gonna leave it there, guys. The guy is so stupid, it's unbelievable. I can't even, go on with these videos because people don't get it. They don't even want to make it, make anything great. They don't want to make Ireland this great country, and keep the freedom of speech that we have. They're trying to curtail, they're trying to take away our freedoms all the time. I'll tell you what, guys, these flags are going to stay raised, okay, and this guy's going to stay upset because they're so stupid, it's unbelievable. All of them bought and paid for. Guys like this, just know that your fellow Irishman, guys like this, will buy and sell you down the river for a little bit of money, okay? Me, not at all, guys. We keep it 100% authentic, keep it 100% real over here at County Gains. Of course, people like these guys will fall off eventually. Nobody will care about them because they're just a branch of an arm of the government, okay, and they're just bought and paid for, and people don't want to see that. They want to see authenticity and realness, okay. He also says that hate speech is not freedom of speech, which it absolutely is, guys, okay. The reason we're able to have good debates is because we're able to disagree with each other and not go to jail on some bogus charge because I insulted you or because I said something that upset you. You understand? That is the whole reason we have freedom of speech. If everybody agreed with each other, we wouldn't even need freedom of speech. Okay, it's so that we can have debate and discourse. That is why we have freedom of speech, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, this guy is just dumb beyond comprehension. The comments, some comments are saying, oh, my friends had this hate speech. It's all bullshit. It's all lies, guys. They're just trying to push the agenda as well, man. They're just trying to push this message. They're getting paid. They're getting pushed by the big agencies and everything up in Dublin. Forget them all, man. They're all a waste of time. I can't even comprehend how they go along with this media regime. But I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want me to be supported, hit the join link underneath the video and become a member of my channel today. Honorably, we will be pushing back against these woke weirdos, and I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace. Stay free as well. Haven't said that in a while.